talking about something that is pretty familiar to me, and that's the cycle of gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, all of that. So I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to dive into some different concepts that may be foreign to some people and more familiar to others, but it really touches base on why we stay in this cycle of gaining weight and losing weight, because I've been there. It's only been through the last 6 months after me practicing these, and I am in a year-long coaching program, and he actually talks about this in the program. So I wanted to bring this information to you in a way that hopefully it aligns with you. So the first thing that I would say to help break this cycle, because it's a vicious cycle, the first thing I would say is mindset. That's going to be number one. Okay? It's this concept called Psycho-cybernetics. And I'm going to put the words so you guys can see, and some diagrams. But Psycho-cybernetics has really helped to shift my understanding of weight loss in general. Because besides weight loss or weight release being, okay, hey, I'm going to go work out, I'm going to eat right, all of these other things, weight release starts with the mind. Okay? So, for example, like if we think that we are fat, lazy, we're never going to release any weight, we're going to be fat, lazy, and never lose any weight, but Psycho-cybernetics tells you that you have to essentially program yourself to be in that direction. Okay, so take for example the diagram with an airplane, right? An airplane has a GPS program in it to say, okay, I'm starting in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm gonna head to Miami. The GPS is programmed to take that plane all the way to Miami. Now let's say in the event there's a little bit of turbulence and it bumps it off, right? That GPS or that internal system is programmed to put that plane right back on course to Miami. That is the same type of understanding when it comes to weight loss. Okay, let's say that you tell yourself, okay, tomorrow morning I'm gonna go work out, I'm gonna start eating right, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, I'm gonna make good choices, I'm not gonna eat out, all of that. Okay, you go ahead, you start releasing weight, you get down to whatever weight you want to get down to, 40 pounds later, you looking good, you feeling good, 6 months to a year, you right back up. I've been there. That is because we are programming ourselves in the sense that, okay, you change your actions, right? But did you change your mindset? Did you change your mindset with how you view your approach to weight release? Did you change your mindset with the different things that you need to condition yourself or to program or really unlearn to make sure that you are on that right path? You see, we constantly put ourselves in this cycle of gaining weight and releasing weight without really understanding that we are already programmed to eat the way that we eat. One of my friends, her mom had the gastric bypass surgery, right? To help her release weight, which she did. Within 2 or 3 years, her mom gained all the weight back. And people are like, okay, how is that possible? Because your mindset hasn't changed. We have to make sure that our mindset or our mind is aligned to what it is we're trying to do. Just as the airplane has a GPS, our bodies has a pre-programmed system in the way that we should live. So what does that say? That says that we need to have what's called a paradigm shift. And I don't know if you guys are super familiar with that, but basically what a paradigm shift is that you're essentially cleaning out your subconscious mind with all of these old habits and old conditioning that you have to now start to shift it into what it is that you want to be. So for example, if you're trying to buy a house, right? But you grew up in a family where everybody was financially struggling or was on welfare, you have to now, unlearn certain things and start feeding your mind, your body, and your soul with information or actions that is going to take you on that path to buying that house. As I mentioned before, you want to make sure and let me just say, I use the word weight loss usually on social media because I'm slowly trying to use the word release. You want to look at your weight as a release. You're letting that go. Bye-bye, baby. You letting that thing go, never to be found again. You don't want it. And it's up to you if you don't want it. Because I'm very pro, loving who you are, your self-image, all of that. So when people say to me, oh, Elan, you're doing so good, like you look good, like why are you trying to lose anymore? Why are you trying to release anymore? Because it's what I want. I want to feel a certain type of way, and maybe I'm not quite there yet. So we have to make sure that our mindset, our conscious, subconscious mind, the actions that we're taking are in full alignment with what it is we're trying to become, or what it is we're moving towards. There's a book that I'm going to recommend. I'm going to link the image as well as link it in my bio. It's called Psycho-cybernetics. I can't remember the exact who wrote it. I think Dr. Waltz. Can't remember. But that has been very effective. So my second point is going to be real and honest. So when I say to be real and be honest, be real about who you are and what you're doing. So for example, if your friends say to you, man, let's go get a pizza. Now you may want to go, right? But you have to say to your friend and be real and be honest and be like, that don't align with what I'm trying to do. I can't do that today. You know what I mean? Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes we are not honest with other and ourselves, which then allows us to cave into temptation. And baby, temptation like the devil. Its job is to kill, lie, steal, take your joy, all of that. That's its job. But if you're being open and honest with yourself and being real with what it is that you're trying to do or what it is that you want to do, you then need to convey that to other people and be in firm belief with yourself. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned how if there are times where I want to eat something that does not necessarily align with this path, I literally say out loud, this does not align with what I'm trying to do. Or what I am doing. I'm sorry, I need to take that word out, trying. This does not align with what I am doing. Because it doesn't. All it's going to do is continue to take you back to where you were. To take you back to being overweight. To take you back to being depressed or being insecure. When I went home to the Bahamas last summer or last Christmas, I was so insecure about my body. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel happy. I remember I felt like I had to justify to everybody around me why I had gained back all the weight. And the truth of the matter is, it wasn't fair to me to have to be doing that. So as I became real with myself and saying, okay, no, I am not happy with where I am right now, I then became real with other people. And that was able to be conveyed in a way that was open and honest. So it's very important to be real. Third point, and I feel like this right here hit different. Self-sabotaging. Y'all, this is sometimes still something that I battle with. Not as much as I used to, but I still have challenges with this. You may not even be able to notice when you're self-sabotaging. It may not be obvious. But literally, there are times where we may step on the scale and be, oh, your girl down 5 pounds. Let me go ahead and have a little burger. Let me go ahead and have, well, a vegan burger for me. But let me go ahead and have some fries. Let me go ahead and celebrate this victory. That's self-sabotaging. Because before you know it, that little cheat meal turns into multiple cheat meals. That little, oh, I'm gonna just do this on Friday turns into the whole weekend. And let me tell you something. If you are a person that is trying to realign or realigning with who you think you're meant to be, messing up on the weekends only gonna take you further back. If you doing good Monday through Friday and you like, oh, the weekend I'm just gonna go back wild, you pushing yourself further back than where you could have been. When you look around and you see people who killing it with the weight release game, who killing it, yo, that's discipline. That's mindset. What you willing to give up for what you want. As simple as even for me, sometimes I wake up at 4:30 a.m. almost every morning, because honestly I enjoy that. I was raised in a household where my mom would wake up at 4:35 to go work out, so that's something that I'm used to. But I'm also sacrificing maybe extra sleep so I can make sure that I'm getting my workout in before my son wakes up. So maybe you guys can do this independently, but look at what are some things that you may be doing to self-sabotage yourself. Check it out. 4 is going to be preparation. You always have people talk about that. Have your meal preps in. Make sure that you are having meals or preparing meals that you're going to enjoy. If you're preparing meals that, okay, by the time as you have that, or by the time as Monday rolls around and you're at work, you like, I don't want this. I'm gonna go ahead and get something from Mod Pizza, or from Chick-fil-A, or from Chipotle. But if you really have something, right, that you really, really enjoy and you like, this is gonna be good, go ahead and do that, because that's how we gonna stay on track. I think what tends to happen is that with some meals, we tend to get bored, or it's not as flavorful, or whatever it may be. But if you are preparing meals that you honestly enjoy, but that are still, and that is my son, that you enjoy and are still healthy, then go ahead and do that. But prepare yourself. Also prepare yourself for when friends and family are asking you to go out and do this. No is a complete statement. That's a no for me. I can't do that. I can't go to Chipotle tonight. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Chipotle be hitting different. But you may not be able to do that tonight. Not saying that you can't go and enjoy what you like. I'll tell anybody, if you want a little something, honestly, for the most part, maybe go ahead and have it. Now, but don't turn a cheat meal into a cheat day or a cheat week, because that's where the problem comes into play. But preparing yourself, your meals, preparing your clothes, so that when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go and work out. That also is pretty helpful as well. So when you get up in the mornings, your clothes are already there. All you gotta do is slip them on and you out, versus having to wake up and look for your clothes and it's 5 o'clock in the morning and you tired and whatever. Preparation is always gonna be your best friend. Always. So number 5 is going to be boundaries and temptation. This right here. So one thing that I was told early on is to not go to the grocery store hungry. Okay? And always go to the grocery store with a list. Because you have your list, you stick with that list. Don't be getting carried away by that new cookie that they brought on the market. And you're like, oh, this look good. Only so and so. That ain't on the plan, baby. It ain't on the plan. Because that's, once again, that's temptation. That's things coming to sway you. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can be easily swayed. We also have to set boundaries with people that we love. So for example, I tell my husband, I'm like, babe, please don't, if you're gonna buy something that's unhealthy, please don't have it where I can see it or where I can reach it. My husband is 6'7", by the way. So I tell him, put it on the highest counter where I can't, reach it or something like that. We have to set boundaries for ourselves and for the people in our space. Food is an addiction, and people don't talk about that. Food is an addiction. Last and final point that I have for you guys is focus on progress. focus on that progress. If you, and this, like I say, this is still something that I'm working with or are working more towards, but I wanted to make sure that as I'm going through this process, I'm also sharing things with you guys that I think is very, very important. Focus on progress. Yeah, you may not be at that, 145 that you want to be at, but maybe you closer than you was a month ago, or 3 months ago, or a year ago. Maybe, yeah, you may have ate, 2 or 3 bagels, but maybe a month or 2 ago, you may have ate 8 bagels. You know what I'm saying? That's progress. It's progress over perfection. I know for me, sometimes I have to remind myself to stop and say what I'm grateful for and be like, God, you've really been coming through for your girl. Because sometimes we forget it because we only focus on that big mountain. We only focus on the top of that mountain, but let's enjoy the scenery. Let's enjoy the process of getting to the top of that mountain. Because the truth of the matter is, it isn't necessarily about reaching the top. It's about you making those small steps to get up there. So I think it's very important to focus on progress, be grateful for where you are and for where you're going, right? And I mean, even to go further, take the time to take pictures of yourself. Take the time to do videos so you can see where you're at. Because when you get to where you want to get to, and you're going to stay there, because you will, then you're going to be able to say wow, this is what, kind of align with me. I honestly, even for me, I use my Instagram as almost like a way to track what I'm doing. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. This is, where I'm at. Because right now for me, I have released about 61 pounds, but my goal is probably another 50 to 60 more. Just because I want to be at my optimal health and also to go where I've never been before. I've never been there before, at least in my adult life that I know of. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Please go ahead and feel free to comment below and let me know what you guys want to see more of. How did you find this video? I'm very open to different things. So I love kind of sharing different pieces of myself and information. I am going to be posting I am going to be posting some workout videos, and I want to be switching it up a little bit because there's different aspects of me that I want to share. So my saving tips, budgeting, hacks for saving around the home, all of that. So I'm going to be posting a little bit more of that. But once again, thank you guys so much for the love and support that you've been sending me. Sending you guys peace, abundance, all of that good stuff. Until next time.